who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll find out. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another live watch-along. Today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Manchester City's game against Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, away from home to the City Ground. The first time we've met at the City Ground in the Premier League since 2001. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But looking forward to this game. Should be a really good game of football. Manchester City know what it takes to be able to beat Nottingham Forest. What did we put 6 past them last time at the Etihad Stadium? Defensively, I look at the defence on paper again. I'm thinking to myself, it's there to be got at. Overloading the midfield, Nottingham Forest today. Should be an interesting game, but the pressure here for Manchester City is no different to what we faced over the last few weeks. It's a must-win game. We've just seen Arsenal a few minutes ago come from behind twice to pick up the 3 points against Aston Villa with a late third goal coming in from an own goal from Emiliano Martinez from the back of his head from Jorginho's shot before Martinelli goes on to wrap up the 3 points for Arsenal with a win by 4 goals to 2. So it does mean that Manchester City, it's very simple what City need to do. They need to win this game. Man City win this game, they go back to the top of the Premier League. And from what I've seen of Arsenal over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I am confident that if Man City can continue with a winning streak, a 4 or 5 game Premier League winning streak, I think is what it will take here. And I can see Arsenal at some point dropping more points. As been suggested in the live chat there by Asaf. Thanks very much for tuning in, and thank you very much for your kind comment there saying JSGC, the GOAT. Much appreciated. But yeah, as you say there, Arsenal, lucky. We got away with one today. But it has also been suggested that that's exactly what champions do. When you're not playing very well, you don't drop points. You still go on to win that game. And that's what Arsenal have done here. Manchester City need to keep things professional, need to turn up, play well, win the game. Simple as that. That's what Man City need to do. And it's so important now. We've beaten Arsenal. We've got them important 3 points. We now move on to our next game and making sure we're picking up 3 points in that. And then the next game after that, you're picking up 3 points. And then continue it like that. As I said, 4 or 5 game winning streak from Manchester City. I think we'll see City at least... Arsenal's got that game in hand. I'll stick my neck out. I'll say if Man City win the next 5 Premier League games, I'm confident that Manchester City will sit top of the Premier League even after Arsenal's game in hand. They'll drop more points. From what I've seen today, they don't seem to be playing very well. They haven't got the depth there to compete. And once they get back into Europa League action, they're playing every four days or so. I don't think they've got the bottle for what it takes to win the Premier League. They certainly don't have the depth that Manchester City do. And the only way City end up putting this pressure onto Arsenal, winning the games, they can continue that today. Pressure goes straight back onto Arsenal. And I honestly think City know what pressure it takes to fend teams off to win Premier Leagues. This Arsenal team do not. And we've seen them under pressure now. They've started to drop form. They've started to drop points. And I'm confident City can win the games. That'll continue. And City can start getting some points clear. So that's what City need to be looking for. I'm looking right towards the next international break. I think there's 5 Premier League games including today. Win them 5 Premier League games, I'm confident City sit top of that Premier League table and pressure firmly back onto Arsenal. Arsenal grasping on, clinging on, but they are still there. Needs to be dealt with. City, pick up the 3 points, back to the top of the league, focus on the next game. We know what we need to do. So yeah, that's what's at stake here for this game. Looking forward to it. As I said, Man City's first visit to the City Ground since 2001. 3 p.m. kickoff time means it's not being broadcast here live in the UK, unfortunately. So we are going to be using the streams. Naturally, it means I'm going to be a good minute or so behind real time. So first and foremost, got to apologise for that one. There's nothing that I can do about that one, unfortunately. But we're still going to have a good time. We'll still be able to speak about all the important moments, and hopefully that delay won't be as big as what it could be, and hopefully we'll still really have a good time, which I'm sure that we will. We've got Saturday afternoon, we've got beer in hand. We're good to go. City are playing against Nottingham Forest, a place we've not visited since 2001. Hopefully 3 points for Manchester City, good performance, keeping the goals coming in as well would be nice. So before I do crack on with speaking about the lineups for this game, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. As you can see, 28,200 subscribers we're on. It means we're less than 1,800 subs away from my goal by the end of the season, 30,000 subscribers. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description below and also on the yellow banner too if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description too if you want to go and follow me on there. Email also in the description if you want to go and hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this live watch along. Remember, like goal, as always, 100 likes. I think we hit it actually on the Arsenal one in the post-production, which is fantastic. So a big thumbs up from me. Hopefully, we can continue that streak and get another 100 likes as well. That would be much appreciated. Go and check, go and leave a thumbs up. That'd be great. We're 18 likes in. It means we're 82 likes away. So any help towards that would be great. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from and your score prediction for this game. So just heading over to the live chat. I can see we've got Mike in on the chat. So welcome, Mike. Thanks very much for tuning in. City Till I Die as well, going for Haaland to score 6 in this game. That would be a thing of beauty, a double hat-trick. Has anyone ever scored a double hat-trick in the Premier League? I'm sure somebody will let me know. John, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Asaph already said hello, but thank you very much for tuning in too. Much appreciated. Sub 2 going for a 4-0 victory today to Manchester City. John going for a 5-1 victory for Manchester City. Asaph going for a 6-0 victory for Manchester City today as well. Alex, hello, thank you for tuning in. Seamus as well, thank you for tuning in. As just mentioned at the beginning of the stream, very big win for Arsenal, a needed victory. They really needed to win that game because they start letting Manchester City get too far ahead of them, and all of a sudden you find yourselves 2-3 games down the line, all of a sudden no longer looking at the Premier League title, looking over your shoulder at the top 4. So Arsenal really needs to carry on clinging on, clawing away, picking up points whenever and however they can, and that's what they've done today. But they've got to, it's still a bit, there's a long season left. We've still got another 15 Premier League games to go, so anything can happen. City currently got the slender advantage, but Arsenal have already got the win this weekend. City have not. City must win this game to go back to the top of the Premier League. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can go and make that happen. Mike, thanks very much for tuning in. Going for 4-2. He went for 4-2 for Arsenal. They did. They choked. Certainly did. It happens. It happens. Doesn't matter. FIFA going for a Father Ruben Dias goal and a ridiculous 9-0 scoreline. Wow. Wow. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Junaid going for 2-0 to Manchester City. Goals for Foden and Ruben Dias. Asa, thanks very much for tuning in all the way from the Maldives. Much appreciated. Mike going for 2-0 Manchester City today. Alex going for 3-1 Manchester City. That's my score prediction as well. Dudley going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. Dad, thanks very much for tuning in. It is nice to have a 3 p.m. kickoff for once. It's our last one until the next batch of TV matches get announced. So our last 3 p.m. kickoff now until at least April. Going for a 3-0 victory for City along with Dudley. Sub 2 going for 4-0 to Manchester City as well. And Seamus, he is a very good keeper. Keylor Navas. Dean Henderson's a quality keeper as well. So I've got 2 top quality goalkeepers. Currently injured though. Dean Henderson. So that is why they've brought Keylor Navas in. I presume his injury is quite serious, and that's why they felt the need to bring in a top quality keeper in on loan. So I want to give a big shout out today to today's video sponsor, BetMate. You can go and check them out. The pot is live if you want to go and check them out. You can go and download the BetMate app. The links and details are in the description and also in the live chat. It is a free app to download. It's very much like fantasy football. You select your team and the person that scores highest wins the top prize of the pot. Today's pot worth £300. It's a £3 entry fee. However, if you use code JSGC10 on sign up, then you will get £10 in free bets. It means you can join today's pot for free. I'm already in today's pot, which is fantastic. So do feel free to come and join me as well. It is the 3 p.m. special £300 pot. I've only made one change on rotation. That's to the bench. McCarthy out and Bazunu in. Otherwise, stuck with the exact same betmate team that I went for, that I mentioned on my preview for this game, which is just locked and loaded here. I've got Kepa in goal, Ben Mee and Robinson of Fulham as my centre-backs. Got Rodri of City and Ruben Neves as my central midfielders, and attackers Erling Haaland and Ivan Toney. On the bench, I've got Bazunu, Aurier, Matheus Nunes and Joao Felix. It's a 3 p.m. special, so all players can be selected from the games featuring Chelsea, Southampton, Brighton, Fulham, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Everton, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Manchester City and Wolverhampton Wanderers taking on AFC Bournemouth. You've got around 10 minutes or so to get your teams in, so go and check them out. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. And a big shout out to BetMate for sponsoring today's live watch along. Much appreciated. Northern Irish youngster, thanks very much for tuning in. Going for a 4-1 victory, which I'm going to presume is for Manchester City. So we're going to go through the starting lineups for this game. So let's just have a very quick look at that. We're going to start off with our opponents first, who, according to Sky Bet, 9-1 to win this game, Nottingham Forest. Manchester City 7-2 on, and a draw is 9-2. So Nottingham Forest lining up today in what looks like a 4-3-2-1 formation. So 1 attacker, 2 wingers, 3 central midfielders, 4 defenders and a goalkeeper. So they're starting with Keylor Navas in goal. They're going for a flat back four. Sergio Aurier at right back, Renan Lodi at left back. That is the same Renan Lodi that Man City were getting linked with in the summer from Atletico Madrid. He now plays for Nottingham Forest, and they've got 2 centre backs, Philippe on the right hand side and Joe Worrell starting on the left hand side. Then in midfield today, they're starting with Jack Colback, John Joe Shelvey and Danilo. And no, it's not the former Manchester City man Danilo. On the right wing is Frula, left wing Morgan, Gibbs-White, and starting up top today is Brennan Johnson. Now this could well occupy as a 4-5-1, could even be a 4-6-0, and everyone compacting in the middle. So Nottingham Forest obviously anticipating a very big midfield battle. They're not wanting to give Man City any space. They're wanting to keep this as tight as possible. That is manager Steve Cooper's aim here, and you can see that by looking at the bench. Chris Wood, Andre Ayew, Emmanuel Dennis, 3 top quality attacking players, all left on the bench. Also got Wayne Hennessy, Toffolo, Neco Williams, Mangala, no, not the former Manchester City man either, Scarapa and Surridge, Sam Surridge that is, on the bench for Nottingham Forest today. I'm anticipating them to be very compact, and Man City may struggle to break them down. So if we can get an early goal in this game, then that will be a huge bonus. Now, Manchester City today, their starting lineup, starting in goal, number 31, Ederson. We're going with a back 3 once more. Right side of centre-back is number 2, Kyle Walker. Going through as our main centre-back, number 3, Ruben Dias, and left side of centre-back is number 14, Aymeric Laporte. It does mean that Rico Lewis and Nathan Ake, the 2 unlucky defenders to miss out, and Manuel Akanji will chuck in there, as well as Ruben Dias given the nod ahead of him. In the middle for Manchester City today, going with what looks like, again, that normal midfield 4. Why rotate when you can start all 4? That's number 16, Rodri, number 20, Bernardo Silva, number 8, Ilkay Gundogan, and number 17, Kevin De Bruyne. On right wing today, very interesting, we're starting number 47, Phil Foden. We don't often get to see Phil Foden starting on the right wing for Manchester City, so that excites me. He gets the nod ahead of Riyad Mahrez. He's getting rested, and I presume he will be starting in City's game against RB Leipzig on Wednesday evening. I'm going to presume that Nathan Ake probably is going to be starting in that game, as well as he's not starting here. On left wing duty today is number 10, Jack Grealish, and starting up top is number 9, Erling Haaland, the man with 20. He's got 26, I think, Premier League goals. City's captain today is number 8, Ilkay Gundogan. On the bench for City, you've got Stefan Ortega-Moreno, Rico Lewis, Nathan Ake, Manuel Akanji, Sergio Gomez, Kalvin Phillips, Cole Palmer, Riyad Mahrez, and Julian Alvarez. Very strong lineup that from Manchester City. Not too much rotation, considering we've got a huge game on Wednesday in our first leg, last 16 Champions League clash with RB Leipzig, but looking forward to it nonetheless. So I'm going for 3-1 Manchester City as my score prediction. What's your score prediction? Let me know in the live chat. And Northern Irish, I'm happy to see Phil Foden starting in this game. I spoke about it in my preview. It doesn't surprise me. I thought we might have seen maybe even Julian Alvarez starting in this game as well, but there we go. Not the case. I imagine City will be rotating a little bit against RB Leipzig. We'll see one or two players maybe come back into the starting 11. Players like Nathan Ake and Riyad Mahrez. And then when we go in against Bournemouth, there'll be a little bit more tinkering going on. And I suspect we'll see a full rotation for the FA Cup 5th round match against Bristol City in a couple of weeks' time. Lots of away games for City look forward to, so we'll see what happens from there. So do remember, if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. That would be great. We're on to 22 likes now. We're 78 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. Links and details there in the description. You've got around 5 minutes to come and join today's 3 p.m. special pot. I'm in. Are you? Go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Remember, it's a free app to download, and if you use code JSGC10 on sign up, then that'll give you £10 in free bets, so you can come and join this pot for free. Do remember though, if you are going to gamble, do gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So I'm going to go get the stream and everything all set up for you guys, so I can actually watch this game as it's not been broadcast in the UK. So it does mean I have got some pre-match entertainment for you guys to enjoy. Once I get my stream up and sorted, I will end that segment and I will go immediately back on with the build-up to kick-off. So this is Mixed, my partner channel. Go and check him out. Links and details there in the description. This is Christmas Day special. It's a bit late. It's the 18th of February, but there we go. But more interestingly, if you ignore the fact that it's Christmas Day, he made a beautiful drink, one of my favourite drinks in the whole world, sangria. I absolutely love the stuff. Enjoy.
Merry Christmas, everyone. The big man has come and it is the big day. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope you're having a lovely day with loved ones, and hopefully you got all the presents that you wanted today. This is the big day. So Santa has brought me a sangria, so I will show you guys how to make a sangria. It's a little bit of a tradition to mine to make every Christmas day, and I will show you how to make my version of it. So to make a sangria, guys, what you want to do is get a big bowl, and I've already filled mine with ice. You have to do it with ice first, and then just put in your fruit. So I've already got it pre-prepared it, already cut. So I've got slices of orange, slices of apple, slices of pear, and also you can have red berries if you got it as well. That's optional. So we'll just put this into the bowl now and mix it up. There we go. So what I'll do now, I'll give you a close-up of the bowl. So what we're going to do now, guys, is add the red wine. So I'm using Honacha, which is a nice Spanish red wine. So that's 450ml, that is around 15 ounces of red wine. It's not took the full bottle, this one. So what we're going to do now, because it's a little bit of Christmas, is add a little bit of cinnamon. So just add a little dash. There you go. So next, what I want to do now is add the brandy. So 100ml, which is set 3.3 ounces. I'm using Martel BS. This is a very nice cognac from France. So 100ml, 3.3 ounces. And the final thing to do now, guys, is just really top it up with sparkling water. 300ml, 10 ounces. I'm using Pellegrino. So what I want to do now, the very last thing now, is to add 3 tablespoons of caster sugar. That's a tablespoon. There we go. So the very last thing we want to do now, guys, is just to give it a little bit of stir to dissolve that sugar now. So I'm just going to keep poking it, really. So all we're doing now is we're just poking and just chilling the sangria out. And it's simple as that, one sangria. So the best thing to do, guys, is just to let it settle now. Just put it in the fridge overnight and enjoy it nice for the morning or afternoon lunch, really, on Christmas dinner. Can't think of a finer way to celebrate a sangria than that. But now I will taste the sangria. How does it taste? So, how does it taste? One sangria. Merry Christmas, everyone. Very nice. One word, a few words to describe it is, it tastes like Christmas to me. I think I've had it for the last 3 or 4 Christmases, so this is no surprise to me. But that is absolutely beautiful. That is absolutely fantastic. But you wait 24 hours, just leave this in the fridge, and then let it marinate, and you'll have all that fruit juice within. It tastes absolutely beautiful. I can't recommend this sangria high enough. So it gives you that summer vibes, doesn't it? Something to look forward to. You always think of summer, don't you? Spain, sangria, you're in the sun. But that, guys, has been my sangria. What do you guys think of it? It's a little bit out there, it's a little bit improvisation, like I've always done on this channel. But I've also loved to present my sangrias in my school bowl. I always have. I've always enjoyed my school bowl glass and always serve it like that. The other thing I'm a little bit disappointed if I didn't have it is red berries, but oh well, it is what it is here. Santa, next time bring me red berries for this channel. But that, guys, has been the sangria. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a fabulous day with your loved ones. Cherish your memories. Hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you guys for my next cocktail video, as I will be continuing my Christmas theme and New Year theme cocktails throughout December, so stick around. But I've been Mixed. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed as we are on the road to 2K. Can I do that before the year is out? So I know I've got less than a week now to do this. So 200, just over 250 short. So can I do a world record 250 subs in a week? But optimistic, maybe I might, maybe I won't, but you've all been awesome throughout 2022. So I do thank you all for sticking around on the Mixed channel for 2022, as you have been fabulous. And I will see you guys for the next Christmas cocktail. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for providing today's pre-match entertainment. I think I've got a stream sorted, although I think you just said it was Everton Leeds. It's definitely under the links of Nottingham Forest Man City. So if I start faffing around in around a minute's time, and you know what's happened there. So we'll see the good old joys of having a look around and finding streams. You can't beat it. Nothing better at 3 p.m. trying to do a live watch along of this game, where I'm sure I'm going to be about a good minute or two behind everybody else as well. But all part of the fun, in my opinion, when it comes to live watch along. I mean, I do have Sky Sports News on in front of me, so I'm keeping up to date with everything that is happening, so I can keep you guys informed should my stream drop or anything. So we'll be in for a good time, I can guarantee you of that. Looking forward to it, just hoping, fingers crossed, it's the right game. We'll see. I'm waiting for them to cut off the adverts. I think it's USA based. It's Everton. Why have they put Everton's game on for a City link? I don't understand. Oh man. Who knows? Who knows? We'll just try another one. It's fine. It's fine. We'll see if this is the right one. As I said, it's all part of the fun. It's all part of the fun. It might have kicked off, mate, but I'm not watching it. I was watching Everton. so we'll see. I can't even tell you which way everyone's kicking off and what strips everyone's in. I don't know. I don't have these options. What does it mean the stream's offline? Oh, man, we're having a nightmare start here to the stream. We're having a mare. Doesn't matter. I'm calm. You know, I'm relaxed. I'm chilled. I'll make it work. I always do. I mean, what on earth? Click on the advert. Came up with jerkmate.com. Jerkmate.com. Dare I ask what jerkmate.com is? Good grief. Oh, man. Good and grief. We await to find a stream. Oh, man. I'm definitely not clicking on Jerkmate. Don't know what that is. Oh man, it's loading up. I've got Sky Sports News on, so I do know what's happening. So we're not completely out of touch with what's happening. So yeah, none of the links seem to be working. Maybe if I just refresh the page, maybe it'll send a good one near the top. But Jerkmate is porn. There we go. Just... Oh my god. Oh man. My stream better not get kicked off for this. Why did it just keep sending me to an advert for NordVPN? NordVPN aren't sponsoring me, so I'm not going to touch NordVPN. What's going on? Oh my god. Right, maybe, you know what? I've got a good feeling about link number 4. Could not play video. I've not got a good feeling about link number 4. What about link number 5? Oh yeah, it's got a big play sign. Let's see if that works. What advert are we going to get? Is it going to be for Jerkmate? It's not. It's Evil University. Got to love it. I think I prefer Jerkmate. Nothing's loading. What does it mean? The stream's offline. Oh mate, we're having a mare here, everybody. We're having a mare. I had it all set up and sorted, and then it just went to Everton. I don't want to watch Everton Leeds. Unless you want an Everton Leeds watch along, of course. Can quickly get them badges changed, and we can do that. As Milton Keynes Dons have got the first goal of the 3 p.m. kickoffs today, taking the lead away in the Steel City. Stripchat.com has now come up. None of these are working, to be honest. Let me just try another. Do I need another? I can't help the adverts that I'm getting recommended. Not on me. I don't pick the adverts. I don't need to go to Evil University and watch strip whatever it was.com. Right. We have enough entertainment on here. We don't need that as well. Julia, hello. Thanks very much for tuning in. Sorry about the lack of watch-alongs. I've currently not got... I mean, it's a free game kick-off. Of course I've not got anything. Happens every bloody time. But I will get one. I always get one. Always find one somewhere. I'm relying on everyone else telling me that something's happening, but I do have Sky Sports News on, so if the goal does go in, I do know. VAR's missed. It doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. Do you know what? What really doesn't surprise me is VAR probably didn't miss it. They probably did have a look and thought, nah, we're not turning that one over. We're not doing that. Right. Yeah, we did beat Forest 6-0 in our last game. None of these are working, guys. I'm getting... Oh, persevere. Some more goals are flying in. Carlisle are 1 up at home against Colchester. Ipswich are 1-0 up at home to Forest Green Rovers. Salford, they're 1-0 up at home to Swindon Town. Right, let's see if this works. What's this sending me to? NordVPN. I don't care about NordVPN. I'm not involved in NordVPN. Why is it sending me to Trainline? I don't need to get a train. Okay. Why does this say Juventus against Roma in 2022? It's 2023! Oh, they sent me to fucking Jerkmate again! Oh my god! I'll have a drink. Right. We'll go again. It's teasing me. It's all it's doing. It's teasing me. Something's loading. I don't know what is loading, but something is loading. Ha! Yes! Oh, here we go. Found it. We've got a street. Oh, man, it's gone off. It's gone off. Oh, okay. Right. We'll go again. I mean, I can hear the match. That's good. It must be... Oh, it's one of the other tabs. Right, okay. Now I just need to find a way to get it into full screen. Keep sending me to Jerkmate. We're not interested in Jerkmate. And I've got it in full screen. Here we go, lads and lasses. We're in. 7 minutes in. It's 0-0. And it doesn't look like we're playing in our Bumblebee outfits. We're attacking from right to left. Yes. Here we go. Right, we can load up the timer, and I will change that timer across. So we are 7 minutes in. Shot. Shoot. Jackie. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, Jack Grealish. It was blocked. Right, now I need to make sure my Sky Sports News isn't too far ahead, so I'll leave that and pause for a minute. Yeah, Jackie G there. Should have scored. It was squared across there from Foden. He takes the touch and it's well blocked. And I'm not sure Keylor Navas makes the save there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really not sure he does. Yeah, City playing in their away strips, the Bumblebee kit. Sorry, their third kit, isn't it? The AC Milan colours are. the away kit for City this season. City attacking from right to left, Nottingham Forest attacking from left to right. Forest playing in their red shirts, white shorts, red socks. Manchester City starting 11 going with a back three today. Ederson in goal. It's Kyle Walker right side of centre-back. Going through the middle, Ruben Dias and Aymeric Laporte as our left side of centre-back. Going with what looks like four midfielders, which is Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne. Phil Foden starting on right wing. Jack Grealish left wing and Erling Haaland starting up top for Manchester City. So let Sky Sports News just be paused just so it's not ahead of me on the stream. I'm sure there'll be people out there that are ahead of me, and that's okay. And we'll see where we end up. Blackpool gone 1-0 up. Poveda, is that Ian Poveda? It is. Former City man Ian Poveda's given Blackpool a lead. And that's a shot in from Gundogan. It's another good block. City putting a lot of pressure onto Nottingham Forest, looking for that opening goal, but not found it as of yet. City wanted a free kick. Doesn't happen. Forest in the penalty area. Squared across. Not a very good square across. And it's dealt with at the back by Manchester City and Aymeric Laporte. And City can come away with the football once more as Derby County 1-0 up in League One against Charlton Athletic. David McGoldrick scoring from the penalty spot. Macaulay Langstaff has scored for Notts County away from home in a big game at the top of the National League. Got a 5-point gap on Wrexham. Wrexham have got a couple of games in hand, so a difficult away match against Yeovil for Notts County. Some big teams in non-league football, I tell you. Northern Irish, thanks very much for tuning in. So don't forget, if you're enjoying the content, leave a thumbs up. 30 likes, we're 70 away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well. If you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description and also in the live chat. So, Manchester City spent a lot of this opening 10 minutes or so at the City ground, camped inside the Nottingham Forest half. But a couple of good blocked efforts from Nottingham Forest means we've yet to find the opening goal as Gundogan flicks a header on in the penalty area towards Haaland. Whacked clear by Nottingham Forest. And City into a good position here where they might get a shot away. Foden pulled back though, chooses not to have the shot. City are lined up. Nice little ball played across to Foden. It's too deep though, and Erling Haaland's going to have a challenge keeping this one in. But big Erling, he's quick, he's tall, manages to keep it in. A tackle comes in there from Sergio Aurier and out for a throw into Manchester City just on the outside of the Nottingham Forest penalty area. Nottingham Forest having to sit very deep, and the concerning part here for Forest, I imagine, is Man City are just finding space all too easy into the penalty area. Grealish squares one across and cleared at the near post by Nottingham Forest and out for a throw into Manchester City once more, as Sheffield Wednesday have found an equaliser in the Steel City in their home game against Milton Keynes Dons. It's Josh Windass with the equaliser. Here's Jack Grealish with the ball. Receives the ball off Bernardo Silva. We're at 11 and a half minutes in. I'm probably around a minute or so behind real time. So, sorry about that. It's a promising start from City. They've not found it yet, what they're looking for. But it's encouraging. It's a good start. And remember, at the end of the day, the only thing that's important here is a Man City win. If that comes in the opening 15 minutes and we grab that first goal, that's good. If it comes in the last 10, then you've got to be patient. Obviously, it doesn't do our anxiety any good, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what that scoreline says once that final whistle goes. Man City had a whopping 91% possession so far in the opening 12 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen Man City have 91% possession. Nottingham Forest have got every single player camped inside their own half as a ball comes forward from City. It's not accurate enough, and this is where Man City are going to have to be strong. This is where Man City are going to have to be at their creative best, because Nottingham Forest are going to cling and cling and cling. Man City are going to have to be extra clinical today And if City can find that opening goal, that's where the space is going to appear. And that's what City need to do. And they also need to be wary of the counter-attacks. Forest have shown it once already coming forward with a good bit of defending from Ruben Dias and Aymeric Laporte combined before. So it's all about if City can find the space and can they punish the mistakes and can they be clinical in front of goal. As of right now, they haven't found that opening goal 13 minutes in. It's Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester City 0 as the ball's headed back to goalkeeper Keylor Navas to pick up as Wrexham have taken the lead against Aldershot away. Paul Mullin from the penalty spot. Jack Grealish gets clattered. Advantage played to City. No advantage for City there, so the referee pulls it back. Good referee in that. Free kick for City. Played the advantage, looked for the advantage. There wasn't an advantage. He didn't stop the play immediately, even though he wanted to give a yellow card. A yellow card does come in now for Worrell, captain for Nottingham Forest today. Jack Grealish is hurt. Late to the challenge. It was high. And just clobbers into Grealish as well. Must have knocked the wind right out of Jackie G there, right into his midsection. Competitive Scotland, competitive as always. Celtic 2-0 up after 13 minutes against Aberdeen. So a set piece here, free kick for City. Central to goal, about 35 yards out. It's very central, this. Who's they? Might City just chance this and have a shot? Keylor Navas getting his wall sorted. There's a 4-man wall. This is very far out. City Till I Die, thanks very much for tuning in. Would you recommend Jerk, mate? Was it good or not? Saw it pop up a couple of times. Had to click it off. So free kick. De Bruyne stood over this. This is a long way out. De Bruyne is going to go for it straight into the wall. I never thought at any point City were going to go about that and put that into the back of the net. It's been an encouraging start from City. They're just not finding the space very well. I think it's the problem City are having. Because my stream's gone off, but we've got it back up now, which is cool. As Forest are trying to press Man City into a mistake here, doesn't happen, and Man City get it clear eventually through Rodri. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up if you are enjoying the content. Subscribe if you're new around here. And don't forget, BetMate, today's video sponsor. Go and check them out. Links and details in the live chat and in the description. As we're 65 likes now away from 100 likes. We'll get in there. Mike, there's always anxiety there when it's 0-0. And thank you very much for your recommendation before as well. Hopefully the lag and everything's not too much of a problem today. The bigger problem we have is how far my stream is behind. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. Still 0-0 here, though. That's not good. We want a goal for City. You'd rather have it sooner rather than later, just to ease the pressure. That's good work from Philip on the right wing. Ball squared in. De Bruyne headed deep and good clearance from Aurier and not cleared properly by Nottingham Forest. It means Bernardo Silva can pick the ball up. It floats towards the back post. Haaland lets it bounce. Only as far as De Bruyne. Here's Haaland now. He can't sort his feet out and scrambled clear by Nottingham Forest. Only as far as the edge of their own penalty area. It gets squared in. Jack Grealish picks it up at the back post, and good defending from Aurier means Grealish has to be forced out of the penalty area. He's got support of Bernardo. He doesn't use him. He gives it to Rodri on the edge of the penalty area instead, and he moves it from left to right. Here is Walker now to De Bruyne. Chance for him to put a ball into the box. He opts not to do it. Gives it to Ruben Dias instead. Here is Aymeric Laporte now. Around 35 yards out from goal. Central. Gives it to Bernardo on the left wing now. Back to Laporte. Might Laporte put something in? He does. Not a very good ball though. Headed clear easily by Nottingham Forest. And the problem Forest are having is they're not really forcing the issue with City, and City, when they're clearing the ball, are just winning the ball back, and the pressure just comes back to them. And if they're going to have 90 minutes of this, City will find a way around them. They're having none of the football at the moment, Nottingham Forest. This is the problem. 19 minutes in, they've survived, but you're going to continue this for 90 minutes. At some point, you'll get stung. Man City trying to make up for not having as much possession as what they'd have liked against Arsenal. We got the 3 points, but just 36%, the lowest we've ever had from a City team under Pep Guardiola. As that gets squared across. City looking to try and make up for them possession stats today. Was in the early in the early 90s before us. That's good defending from City. That's more good defending from City, and Nottingham Forest don't get the free kick that they were looking for. They can surround them out, so no opportunities there for Forest, and City can come forward once more. SRK TV, thank you very much for tuning in, much appreciated. My prediction, I'm going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City, although I'm happy with anything as long as it is 3 points. City till I die, going for a 5-0 victory for City today. As Mixid says, City just have to focus on themselves, don't need to be relying on other teams to help them out, just focus on themselves. If City go out there and win every game between now and the end of the season, the Premier League champions. That's what City need to do. Win the game, move on to the next one. That's what City need to do. Here's Rodri. City trying to just delicately play it around. That's going to be a free kick for Nottingham Forest for a challenge from Bernardo Silva just on the edge of their own penalty area for Nottingham Forest. It's Colback winning the free kick. Gibbs-White's having a moan to the referee. Not too sure what he's moaning about. I think Gibbs-White's moaning about not getting the free kick before, but there wasn't too much in it, to be honest. He'd lost the ball and ran into Rodri. Poor feet from Haaland before when I said he just took a heavy touch and the ball got away from him. Mike's got a confession. Let's confess. Confess away. It's good to talk. Enlighten the chat. 21.5 minutes in. 0-0 here at the City ground. All Manchester City. But they've not got that goal. Arsenal won earlier today by 4-2. I'm sure Arsenal will be keeping an eye on this, as I'm sure Manchester United will as well. Here is Walker now. To the right-hand side. De Bruyne gives it to Foden. Takes his man on into the penalty area. It's good work, Foden, to the byline. Tries to square it across for Haaland. Good defending again from Forest. I've got a feeling that's a sentence I'm going to be repeating a lot. Good defending from Nottingham Forest as they're desperately trying to keep Man City out from their goal. It's a poor pass that from Foden. Doesn't link up with Kyle Walker, I think it was. There no overlap, came in and out for a goal kick. City just keep pulling it back when they're getting into good positions on the byline. Would it not be worthwhile just drilling a ball across or drilling a ball at drilling the ball at the keeper? So here comes City coming forward. And here comes City coming forward, and not the best of defending from Forest, and Haaland can pick that ball up. Works it to the right-hand side. And Haaland doing a lot of what he was doing against Arsenal, drifting in and out. Doesn't always just need to sit at the front of the line. He can move to the right. He can move to the left. City will have players that move into space. It's all about helping the team out. Here's Jackie G now. And Forest start thinking about the counter-attack. Long ball pumped forward. And they do win it. And it gets squared across Brennan Johnson. I think he was going for a shot there, Brennan Johnson. And it's ended up going out. It might even have gone out for a throw-in. There was no support there. None whatsoever. Mike, you saw the light. You saw the light. You've confessed. You've realised the sins. And you've thought to yourself, I've made a wrong decision. I'm going to go and make the right decision. And you made a Foster's good call there, pal. Nassar says City needs someone like Rafael Leao, give a bit of injection and power and precision out wide for City. And we do just miss a little bit of directness at times. I think the problem we face, though, when you've got a team that's parking the bus like Forest are here, it's all about finding space, and you need this. A game like today is actually where I miss someone like David Silva. Player that's brilliant at just finding space where there is none. As De Bruyne has a shot dragged wide. MK Dons 2-1 up now away at Sheffield Wednesday. Mike, your mum's made a good call as well. At the moment, the intensity in this game, City have just taken the foot off the gas. Has Keylor Navas done anything? Loads of possession. They've got some good spaces. But when there's 10 players already in that penalty area, if you're drilling a ball across, you're going to struggle to find a City player when there's so compact. And I just think having a shot or two at the keeper, make him work. De Bruyne found some space, dragged his shot wide. Test the keeper, make him work. Make the keeper work. It might be one of them days where it might take a set piece or something. I mean, we've got someone as brilliant as Nathan Ake on the bench. He's cracking in the air. At the moment, just seems a little bit frustrating. 26 and a half minutes in. Forest 0, Manchester City 0 at the City ground. Huddersfield found an equaliser against Birmingham 1-1. Corner comes in from City. Aymeric Laporte has a shot blocked. And once again, Nottingham Forest have sent no players out to go and meet Laporte, and that'll be a free kick for City. Jack Grealish goes down under a challenge from Serge Aurier, and this is a good position for City to cross a ball in on the left-hand side. Kane, if you're tuning in from the UK, the game isn't live on the UK, so you're going to have to head online to the streams, unfortunately. No, I'm not sure why that ruling's still in place, but there we go. You would think this day and age that things would be made readily available, the amount of money you're having to pay for streaming platforms to find football games. Problem is, they just don't put everything in one place. They spread everything everywhere. Amazon gets some games, Sky gets some games, BT gets some games aren't even broadcast. De Bruyne has a shot, and again, it's another one. They're not getting the shots on target here, City. This is the problem. Dragged from De Bruyne. Anyway, we're on 37 likes now. We are 63 likes away from 100 likes. So if you're watching this, enjoying the content, please leave a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the live chat and also in the description. Here's Man City then coming forward. Building from the back. City did just get pressed to clearing the ball out for a throw-in. Fiery deflection off Nottingham Forest for a throw-in next to their own penalty area. But City managed to work their way out of bother and now into the Nottingham Forest half. Here is Bernardo Silva now just working the ball backwards. Ruben Dias works it to Aymeric Laporte inside the Nottingham Forest half now. Here is Bernardo Silva receiving the ball from deep. Gives it to Rodri, his defensive midfield partner. Bernardo Silva has been playing in lots of different positions. Left back, holding midfield, defensive midfield, central midfield, right wing, left wing. He's a player that can do it all, really, isn't he? And very useful for Manchester City. Here is Kyle Walker now. Gives the ball to De Bruyne. Works it into space. Here is Foden. He can't sort his feet out and he's going to get tackled. And does get tackled. And Keylor Navas manages to scramble forward and pick the ball up for Nottingham Forest. And they survive again. 29 minutes in. 0-0 here. And once again, there's just no space for Forest. So the pressure's just coming right back to them. They just tried to thread a ball through, cut off by City. And Nottingham Forest have survived 30 minutes here. How much longer can they survive? But while City aren't having shots on target all game, it seems, as Erling Haaland. It's a bit of a weak one, but free kick given to Forest. That's the end of the opportunity there. Haaland just went through the back of Renan Lodi. He's already on his way down. Julia, welcome to the JSGC membership club. Much appreciated. Big shout out to you. So much appreciated. And you have been inaugurated. Legend. Thank you, Julia. Much appreciated. If you do want to become a JSGC member, all you need to do is press the join button next to the subscribe button. It'll give you access to custom stickers and emojis to use on the live stream. It also gets you priority access to some of my videos as well. So thank you very much for that. It does help to support the future content created here on my channel. A regular here, Julia, as well on the live stream. So much appreciated. So thank you very much for that. Seems to doing okay for people tuning in as well today. Got over 50 people now in the room at this one moment, which is fantastic. So hello, welcome everybody. "31 minutes in. It's been a bit frustrating this for City at the mo. And I'm frustrated because City having a lot of the ball. They're getting into good areas, but they're not really doing much. When they're in them good areas, they're getting surrounded out and just feel like the decision making's not quite been there. And it like the Arsenal game, when you go in at half time, and I know the analysis, they're very good at City. They're going to have a good look at what can go right, what can go wrong. They're very good. I imagine the analysis will have picked up on a bit more space going for City if they can go with a back four rather than a back three. Whereas with this, City have played well. They've dominated the ball. They've been good with the ball. It's just when they've got into the positions, not made anything happen. And it's just, I just got a feeling it's going to be one of them games where City just need to be really clinical. This approach from Forest doesn't surprise me. They lost 6-0 at the Etihad. They want to keep this tight, and the only way Man City open this game up is through a goal. The longer this game goes on, the more frustrated Man City are going to get. And we're back to that old tactic again. Man City win a couple of games. Teams don't know what to do, so we're just going to sit here. We're going to park the bus, and we're going to defend for our lives and hope. Cross comes in from Forest. It's not a very good one. It's deep. And eventually goes out of play for a goal kick to Manchester City. Doesn't find anybody. The problem again for Forest, they're getting forward. They're getting forward with one or two players in support. City have already got 4 or 5 players back. So it's not really connecting. It's not really linking up too well. And I don't think Nottingham Forest are going to open up in this game if this stays 0-0. City need to force the issue. City need to find a goal. Here's Laporte coming forward. A heavy pass towards Grealish. Tackled only as far as Erling Haaland, though. Here is Gundogan. Back to Haaland. And here again, no space. Rodri gives it to De Bruyne. He floats one in and header! Wide! Clinical! City must be clinical! Rodri heads wide. That's a brilliant opportunity. It's a good ball in from De Bruyne. He's peeled off his defender. He's got the space. That must be headed in. These opportunities, while it remains 0-0, are going to be few and far between. It's a free header. You've got to find the target. Test Keylor Navas. If anything, make him make them saves. Craig, thanks for tuning in. Not so happy. Stevie May found the goal for St Johnstone, the 1-0 up at Tannadice. And it feels like they might be getting relegated. Man United haven't sold yet. There's interest from Qatari. What were we looking for? Why's the word slipped my brain? Consortium, a Qatar consortium interested in buying Manchester United for a lot of money. And apparently the planned redevelopments and some leaked plans of redevelopment shows a very similar redevelopment that the Burnabout had, but doing it at Old Trafford, and it literally looks like a metal toilet. It's funny. It's really funny. I also find it funny that United fans have been having a massive dig at Man City for a long time about oil money, and then all of a sudden, everything goes out the window. As soon as the Qataris are interested in buying them and investing money. I'm watching this on a stream, and actually, this stream's not been bad. It's Bean Sport 1 in English. Listen to English commentary. Craig, you can't unsubscribe. You get to feature on videos. You get to give thoughts pre-match and at half-time. It's top quality. Thanks for subscribing back. And I weren't laughing at Dundee United. I don't think it's a funny team being relegated, to be honest. That's just Man United. Or Liverpool. They're not going to get relegated, though. It's Bertrand, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, you're right. It's getting a bit frustrating. It's nothing a goal wouldn't sort out, is it? I don't think Mahrez has been dropped. I think we're starting against Leipzig. I think he's just been rested because he's been playing a lot of games. Same reason that Foden just comes forward 1 second and squared across, and Keylor Navas intercepts the ball. It's the same reason that Nathan Ake, I don't think, starting in this game. Rotating the squad just a little bit. Give them a little rest. And Jack Grealish, one of the Forest fans, they wanted a free kick. Doesn't happen. Yeah, so I can see Nathan Ake starting against Leipzig. I can see Mahrez starting in the Champions League against Leipzig. De Bruyne tries to thread a pass through, and Gundogan doesn't get to the ball first. And Forest now just opening up a little bit. They're coming forward. A ball gets played through. I think they beat the high line and the press there, but the pass was just a little bit too heavy. It means Ederson can come out and get the ball for Man City, and City can get it clear. Here is Grealish now. Comes forward for City. Gets the overlap of De Bruyne. He is going to use him eventually. Here is KDB now. 37 minutes in. 0-0. Rodri missed the best opportunity of the game with his header put wide. He wants a bit of support, though. Gets some finally with Kevin De Bruyne. And he'll give the ball to Laporte now. Here's Bernardo. Finds Walker. Gundogan gives it to Grealish. And he's cut off, and referee says no, free kick. And again, Nottingham Forest can just come forward. Danilo's going to get surrounded out, and the City will get the ball back. It's just coming back. They can't do this for 90 minutes and get away with it, can they? Surely not. Gundogan then gives it to Bernardo Silva, and he has a shot! And it's wide. The shot's on target. There's been opportunities. Frustrating. I can't send the link because I'm watching on my phone, so I won't be able to send it over. I'm watching on. I don't want to knock it off in case I can't get it back on again. I think it's one of the Reddit streams. If you put in football Reddit streams, it's one of them. One near the top as well, actually, which is pretty good. So you just put that into Google, might find it. Yeah, it's got a 90% possession, 1-0 loss. One shot, one on target, one goal. I'm laughing about it, but it's not funny. Bertrand, yeah, I think you're spot on. I think City can get that one goal. I can see the floodgates opening, and I can see City going on to score 3 or 4 as the game will open up. Nottingham Forest game is to keep things tight. Dale, afternoon. Thanks very much for tuning in. Been a frustrating start for this game for City so far. 39 minutes in. I've near 90% possession, I think. I've not had a look at the possession stats, but after 15 minutes, it was 90%. And just not having shots on target when they're getting their opportunities. They're going wide. We're over the bar. Surely City keep knocking on the door. They'll find something, though. Here's Jackie G. Squares it across out for a corner. Another corner for Man City. Let's see, do something from the corner. The chat's getting excited. Does something happen from this corner? Do we do the illustrious? Come on, Philip. Put something good in. Heads. Cleared. I'm far behind, sorry. Jackie G. Gives it to Bernardo. Oh, it's a brilliant goal from Bernardo Silva. Keylor Navas just wrong foots himself. He takes a step to the right and then dives to the left. It's not in the corner from Bernardo, but I'm not complaining. It's a goal. And finally, 41 minutes in, we do get the breakthrough. And it's Bernardo Silva running down the wing. Silva makes the Blue Boys sing. Silva, where are we going? Istanbul. Cracking finish that from Bernardo. Edge of the penalty area. 22 yards out. It's not in the corner. What goes wrong here? What goes wrong for Keylor Navas? Maybe it's the fact that he's had no saves to make. Strikes it. It's a good finish. It's the power. I just think someone as good as Keylor Navas, as experienced as Keylor Navas, I think he'll be disappointed. I'm not complaining. City lead by 1-0. It's a good time for my stream to go off. So that should open the game up. I hope. Hopefully now we'll start finding a bit of space. But it's so important now for City. City need to push for that second goal. Kill a second goal. I think a second goal for City kills this game. There's still 3 minutes as well. Yeah, there's 3 minutes. 3 minutes left of this first half. It's a good tackle that from Sergio Aurier on Jack Grealish in the penalty area. City are top of the league, but we've got work to do still. As we're on to 46 likes, we're doing good with the likes. 4 away from being halfway to my goal of 50 likes. Can we get them before half time? That'd be great. Leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Go and check out today's video sponsor too. BetMate, links and details, they're in the description and also in the live chat. Nottingham Forest, though, they need to get back in this game. They need to find space. They need to create opportunities. They need to have shots. They've not done any of that in the first half. They had one opportunity that came forward and the shot went out for a throw-in. What did Nottingham Forest do? They just sit deep and hope that this stays at 1-0 till the 85th minute and push forward. Just try and keep this tight because the problem they face is they lost 6-0 at the Etihad. They know if they give this City team space, it could end up embarrassing. And the last thing Nottingham Forest need after only losing 1 game in 6, also only won 1 game in 6 as well, I think. The last thing they need is to be on the receiving end of a 4-5-0 loss at home. A little painful one that for Philip. Renan Lodi went through the back of his heel on his studs. Felt every bit of that, Philip. Little puff of the cheeks. He's up and walking about though. Albeit a little bit gingerly, but he's up and about. There you go, Bertrand's recommending one if people want to go and check it out. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Right, 45 minutes in. What's going to be added on? I imagine we're probably going to see 3 or 4 minutes here. Just the one! Just had a good 1 minute stoppage there. City had scored a goal. There's been a few corners. There's been a few fouls. I thought it would have been 3 minutes or so. That I can see from next season introducing what they had at the World Cup and any stoppage in play all being added on, and I can see the stoppage because in real time, I reckon we've probably lost 4 or 5 minutes of that first half through the ball being inactive. And I can see from next season that being introduced in the Premier League. And at first, I'll be honest, I wasn't really a fan. It was dragging the games on. It all got a bit ridiculous. 9 minutes in the first half, 12 minutes in the second half. It's ridiculous. But if that's what is being lost in the game, then it's a 90-minute game. You should be seeing 90 minutes of football. So there we go. Half-time whistle does go here at the City ground, and Manchester City lead by 1-0. It's Bernardo Silva's strike just before half-time that has seen Manchester City lead here by 1 goal. I'm just going to put this on charge just to make sure we've got enough charge for the second half. 1 sec. Make sure it can have a good 15 or so minutes of charge. Well, 39%, so hopefully we can get that up to 60 odd by the time we get back for the second half. So yeah, we can take my AirPod out. Don't need that right now. So yeah, Man City leading by 1-0 away from home here against Nottingham Forest. Bernardo Silva's strike just before half time, giving Man City the slender advantage. In my opinion, it's been a deserved lead for Man City. It's been frustrating. Hopefully the frustrations are out of the system now, and we can have a really professional, really top quality second half for this game. And what Man City need to be doing now is first 10 minutes or so of the second half, really pushing, trying to get that killer 2-goal cushion, because I feel like if City do get that killer 2-goal cushion, it could well kill this game off. And at the end of the day, Man City don't need to be pushing out there, scoring 3, 4, 5 goals from this game. We're playing every 3 to 4 days. We've got a huge Champions League game coming up on Wednesday. So if it's a case where Man City end up scoring another goal and by the 70th minute looking comfortable at 2-0, and the likes of Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Haaland, Grealish, etc. Need to come off and get an extra 20 minutes of rest, keep them in tip-top shape, ready for the match against Leipzig. If City are looking comfortable and they've got that 2-goal cushion, then wouldn't have too much of a problem with that. It all depends on if City can get that 2-goal cushion, because the only way I rotate any of the players coming off here is if they don't get that second goal, is either through an injury or through a player looking exhausted and they need to come off. At the end of the day, this game needs to be put to bed. And City now, thankfully, we've got that first goal, need to go out there in the second half and make that happen. So, like as I said, been a bit frustrating, but we found that goal, so hopefully that'll settle the team down for the second half. Nottingham Forest got forward once or twice, got into a good position once or twice. They've had one shot that I recall in that first half. So I'm pretty happy if Man City can have a good percentage of their possession, then we will see. We'll see what happens from there. As Southampton have just taken the lead against Chelsea as well. So we're just going to get the stats up very quickly because I'm very intrigued about possession for this game. So that'll be very interesting. So we're just going to have a look at that. Then we'll go around the grounds. We'll speak about that, and then we've got some halftime entertainment. And by the time we've done all that, it'll be time for the second half. So let's get the stats up. So a whopping 84.2% possession for City in that first half. A bit of a recovery for Forest. It was 91% at one stage, so they've recovered it by 7%. But City, with 84% possession, have mustered up just 9 shots, which is surprising. Shows you how deep Forest are playing, that they're finding the blocks, that City aren't finding the space, that they're being limited to shots from outside the penalty area. 9 shots, just 1 on target. It's poor, as I said. Keylor Navas hasn't had a save to make, and I reckon he'll have been expected to have been in for a very busy afternoon, and it hasn't happened. But the one shot that has come on target, I thought he should have done better, and City lead through that one shot on target. 9 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal. That needs improving on in the second half. Forest with 2 shots, none on target, 1 shot off target as well, and 1 block shot too. In terms of passing completion rate, Nottingham Forest, one of the worst that I've seen City play against this season, at just 53% pass completion rate, which is really poor. And if they want something from this game, it needs to be better. It's all fine and well sitting deep and keeping Man City at bay, but at the end of the day, they're at home and they're now losing in a match that the stats are suggesting now they're being completely dominated in. City pass completion rate at 91%, Nottingham Forest's at 53%. That's bad. That's bad. So that needs to be improved on. I'm sure it will be improved on going into the second half. The game's going to open up a little bit in the second half, so it's going to get very interesting. In terms of corners, no corners for Forest. 4 for Manchester City. A couple of offsides for Nottingham Forest. Again, none for Manchester City. Tackle completion rate, fairly decent from both teams. 57% for Nottingham Forest, 50% for Manchester City. City's aerial duel, not the greatest. Nottingham Forest, 2/3 better than City. 66% aerial duel percentage win rate. City at 33%. City's aerial duels normally better than our opponents. But there we go. One of the most surprising stats, neither keeper have had a save to make in the first half. Very surprising. In terms of fouls committed, 5 for Nottingham Forest, 3 for City. 1 yellow card in this game for Nottingham Forest, none for Manchester City, and no red cards as well. The 1 yellow card for Nottingham Forest today going to Worrell, captain centre-back today for Nottingham Forest on 14 minutes. So it should be an interesting second half, no doubt, but if it stays the same between now and full time, Man City will be returning back to the top of the Premier League on goal difference. They do have a game in hand, remember, Arsenal, so got to keep an eye on that. But City just need to focus and make sure that they're winning their games. I'm just wondering, are Arsenal playing before us next weekend or not? Because I just feel like if pressure gets put on and we're playing before them, and if we win that game against Bournemouth next weekend, as long as we win here as well, pressure, just funny things. They're going before us, Arsenal, again. Got Leicester away, not easy. That's going to be difficult for Arsenal, so we will see. And then Arsenal have that all-important game in hand at home against Everton, that if they win against Leicester and win against Everton, will return them back to the top of the Premier League. Man City do go before Arsenal, though. The weekend after, we're at home in the early kick-off against Newcastle. Arsenal at home against Bournemouth. The week after, Man City are playing first, I think, again. They're away at Crystal Palace on the Saturday evening. And Arsenal got a tricky match in West London away at Fulham on the Sunday. Weekend after, again, might be a game in hand if City knock out Bristol City, as that game against West Ham will be postponed. Depends on when that gets played. It could be played at the beginning of March. There's a bit of space then. And there's some space in April as well. Arsenal have a home game against Crystal Palace. So, on paper, Arsenal's next 5 fixtures: Leicester, Everton, Bournemouth, Fulham, Crystal Palace. You should be winning them games. But the thing is, pressure does funny things. And so, I could see points being dropped by either team between now and the international break. So, as I said, City just need to win games, move on to the next one, and take it a game at a time, because that is ultimately the only way you can win the Premier League. You've got to take it a game at a time. You start looking further ahead. You start looking towards this game, that game, and all of a sudden you take your eye, or your focus moves off the games, and all of a sudden you find yourself in danger of dropping points. And when you're under pressure, yeah, just like today with Arsenal, got away with one, very nearly didn't. So that's a lesson Arsenal need to learn. And if they don't learn that lesson, then I can see in the next 2 or 3 games them dropping more points. And if City win them games, it could be very difficult for Arsenal to play catch-up. We'll see. Long season. Very long season. So, just going through the scores. I'm going to do it at a rapid pace. So, bear with me. Premier League then, early kickoff, Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 4, full time. All half-time scores here in the 3pm kickoffs. Brentford 0, Crystal Palace 0. Brighton Hove Albion 0, Fulham 0. Chelsea 0, Southampton 1. Everton 0, Leeds 0. Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester City 1. And Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Bournemouth 0. Late kickoff today is Newcastle United taking on Liverpool in a tasty match at St James's Park. Moving on to the Sky Bet Championship. In the early kickoff, Millwall 3, Sheffield United 2, full time. Half-time scores, Blackburn Rovers 0, Swansea City 0, Blackpool 1, Stoke 0, Huddersfield 1, Birmingham 1, Hull 0, Preston 0, Luton 0, Burnley 0, Middlesbrough 0, QPR 0, Rotherham 0, Coventry 0, Sunderland 0, Bristol City 0, Wigan 0, Norwich 0. In the Sky Bet League 1, all half-time scores. Accrington Stanley 1, Shrewsbury 0, Bristol Rovers 1, Burton 1, Cambridge 1, Oxford 0, Cheltenham 0, Barnsley 3, Derby 1, Charlton 0, Ipswich 2, Forest Green Rovers 0, Lincoln 0, Portsmouth 0, Morecambe 0, Peterborough 3, Plymouth 0, Fleetwood 0, Port Vale 0, Exeter 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Milton Keynes Dons 2, and currently the latest score is Wycombe Wanderers 0, Bolton Wanderers 0. In Sky Bet League 2, all half-time scores other than the first one. Northampton Town 1, Grimsby Town 2 is the latest score. Rest of them, half-time scores: Wimbledon 1, Hartlepool 0, Bradford 0, Barrow 1, Carlisle 1, Colchester 0, Harrogate 1, Crewe 0, Leyton Orient 0, Crawley 0, Rochdale 0, Gillingham 1, Salford 1, Swindon 1, Stockport 1, Stevenage 0, Sutton 0, Doncaster 0, Tranmere 0, Mansfield 1, and Walsall 1, Newport County 0. Into the National League, all half-time scores: Aldershot 2, Wrexham 3, Altrincham 1, Woking 1, Bromley 1, Dorking Wanderers 0, Eastleigh 1, Maidenhead 0, Oldham 1, Maidstone 0, Scunthorpe 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Solihull Moors 0, Chesterfield 0, Southend 1, Gateshead 0, Torquay 1, Barnet 0, Wealdstone 1, York City 0, and Yeovil Town 0, Notts County 1. Late kick-off in the National League is Boreham Wood taking on Halifax. In the... Is there any more? Right, we'll head up north to Scotland. So, in the Scottish Premiership, all half-time scores: Celtic 2, Aberdeen 0, Dundee United 0, St Johnstone 1, Hibernian 1, Kilmarnock 0, Livingston 0, Rangers 1, and St Mirren 1, Ross County 0. Scottish Championship, all half-time scores: Ayr United 0, Partick Thistle 1, Cove Rangers 0, Arbroath 0, Inverness 0, Hamilton Academical 0. Scottish League 1, Clyde 0, Peterhead 0, Dunfermline 0, Edronians 1, Falkirk 1, Alloa 0, Celtic Hearts 0, Queen of the South 0, and Montrose 1, Edinburgh City 2. And in Scottish League 2, Annan Athletic 2, Stirling Albion 0, Bonnyrigg Rose and Forfar has been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. East Fife 1, Dumbarton 0, Elgin 0, Stranraer 1, and Stenhousemuir 0, Albion Rovers 0. And heading abroad into Europe, Germany, some games: Bochum 0, Freiburg 2, Mönchengladbach 2, Bayern Munich 1, Stuttgart 0, Cologne 0, and Wolfsburg 0, Leipzig 1, all latest scores in Germany. as they're heading into the second half. Frankfurt taking on Werder Bremen in the evening kickoff there. Any more games? Eredivisie, Volendam 1, Vitesse Arnhem 0, latest score. Any more? La Liga got full-time score. Sociedad 1, Celta Vigo 1, latest score. Real Betis 1, Valladolid 1. In Italy, Sampdoria 1, Bologna 2, the latest score. I think that's your lot for the latest scores from around the grounds. So there we go. Right, we've got some half-time entertainment very quickly for you guys to enjoy. This is once more continuing with the Christmas film, because we're lagging behind here. Is Mixed In, my partner channel. Links and details there in the description, also in the live chat. This is the Snowball Cocktail. Enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another Christmas cocktail. Is there anything more festive than the Snowball Cocktail? What a perfect name cocktail it is for Christmas. And if you know the Snowball, it brings out the Advocaat, which we get out every Christmas. There's nothing more Christmassy than Warnick's Advocaat. It's just just one of those drinks. It's like our equivalent of eggnog. Right, so to make the Snowball, guys, get your highball glass and fill it with ice. What we're going to do now is just pour the lime juice over the ice, so 50ml or half an ounce. What we're going to do now is add the lemonade to it, so 60ml or 2 ounces. I just might add a bit more. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in an extra 20ml to that. So it's going to take it to probably about 80ml less. There we go. So now add 80ml or 2.7 ounce of Warnick's Advocaat. So what I do now is get your bar spoon and now give it a light stir so it mixes. And the final thing to do now, guys, is to garnish it with a cherry. And as simple as that, one Snowball cocktail. There it is, one Snowball cocktail. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, one Snowball cocktail. How does it taste? I can't wait to try this Christmas festive cocktail. That's very nice. Absolutely beautiful. If you like Advocaat, you'll like this cocktail because it's very nice, it's very sweet, and I just like it. It's nice and refreshing as well, especially with the lemonade mixed in with the lime. Gives that a little bit of zest, that little bit of tanginess with it, but it's nice and sweet. Beautiful. Because you can't beat it, Perfect Snowball. It's just one of those classics that is made for Advocaat, and it's certainly up there. I'd rate it 8 out of 10. It's a perfect festive cocktail. Absolutely beautiful. Can't go wrong with it. Simple to make, it's quick to make, and it just hits the spot. It's absolutely beautiful. But that, guys, has been the Snowball Cocktail. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mix It for more cocktails like this, for more festive cocktails, more Christmas vlogs, more Christmas cocktails. But I've been Mixer, this has been the Snowball Cocktail, and I will see you guys for my next Christmas cocktail. Cheers. Let's begin. beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere I go.
Thank you very much there to Mixid for providing today's halftime entertainment. Go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. Just one quick change at halftime. Wycombe have taken the lead in the 53rd minute. 8 minutes of added on time. Must have been some kind of injury. Lewis Wing's given them the lead against Bolton in North London there. As we do have kick-off here. So Man City attacking where the away end is in the second half. Mix it a non-alcoholic. Doesn't happen. So we will we'll see what the second half brings here. So we do have kick-off between Nottingham Forest and Manchester City. Commentator just saying there, they reckon the aim of the game here for Nottingham Forest is to try and stay competitive in this game for as long as possible, which is telling me they're going to try and keep this at 1-0 and sit tight. So we'll see what the second half brings. So a big second half here for Man City, and it'd be nice if we could get that killer second goal early in this half as well. Would be brilliant. As we're past halfway now to our like goal, which is fantastic. We're on 52 likes. We're 48 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that is much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details in the description. As Gundogan goes for, was that a cross-come shot? It goes wide, whatever it was. I think it might have been a shot that Haaland was looking to try and flick towards goal, but it was going wide. I think he is going for goal there. Not the greatest of efforts from Gundogan. And Andy, thanks very much for tuning in. Completely agree. They need to kill this game off ASAP. And then they can start getting some players rested up. Would be good for the Leipzig game. Big game on Wednesday. Can you have a Julian Alvarez emoji? I will make one. Yeah, after the game, no problem. For the members, yeah, no problem. I will make one. Nottingham Forest have started to get players further forward here. Very nice, Andy. Enjoy yourself. So Man City managed to scramble the ball back and work the ball back to Ederson. Walker. Sent long by Ederson. Flicked on. No. Oh, squared across. Here's Foden. He's in. Square it, Philip. Oh, Phil. He slipped. Oh. I think Phil was just caught in two minds. Does he shoot? Does he pass? He's onside. Oh. I think he was onside. Haaland's there, just ready for it to be squared across to him. He wants to square it across to him, and he loses his balance as he does it. It's just wasn't there. The game should have been killed off. Should have been 2. Corner comes in though. Danger still not over. Headed clear now. And Rico, yeah, I'll make some more. I'll do some. I'll put it on I've got a day off tomorrow. No videos tomorrow. So I'll put it on my things to do list for tomorrow, and we'll add some stuff on there. I'll see if I can get all the players on there. It's just about trying to find the right pictures. I'd love the GIF. I think it needs to be a PNG for me to put it on there, so I have to physically remove the background and make them myself. But I love the one with Pep where he's wagging his finger going, no. I'd love to do that one. Yeah, I've got a bit of spare time tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow morning. Yeah, not the greatest pass into Rodri there into the channel and cleared by Nottingham Forest. So 49.5 minutes in, 1-0. City missed a big opportunity to make this 2. And should have been killed off this game. We should have been taking some of the players off, thinking about Wednesday night and a match against Leipzig. Got a busy end to this month. Bournemouth have just taken the lead against Wolves. That is interesting. Ball gets floated towards the right-hand side from the left. Foden's having a good game. It's just a shame he slipped, really. I thought he was going to put his foot through it, and De Bruyne off balance, puts one into the stands. Has a look at the ground. And King Kevin, I think he's had 3 good opportunities, all been dragged. That one gets a bit of height on it this time as well. And dragged. Anyway, here comes Foden. Once more. Pass slightly backwards to Kyle Walker. But slightly behind him. Rico, yes. I tweeted about it this morning when I woke up. Desperately sad. The reporter that Christian Atsu a week ago had got found. And his agent confirmed that he hadn't. And then his body's being found this morning. Desperately sad. Really sad. So yeah, rest in peace, Christian Atsu. Rest in peace to everyone that's fell victim to that awful situation in Turkey and Syria. Awful. So another corner here for City. 6 corners now. Can they do something? Get this game wrapped up, done, dusted. Oh! Oh! Oh, it's a great ball in from KDB, and Keylor Navas finally makes a save, and I thought City were going to double their lead then. I think it's Laporte that wins the header. Oh, he gets all the power. It's a clean connection. It's a free header. It's straight at Keylor Navas. It's a good save from Keylor Navas, but Aymeric Laporte should be burying that one. Oh. Straight into Keylor Navas' groin area for the save. Rico, you make a good point. He got took away from Istanbul last time due to COVID as well. And this time another disaster striking. I can still see it being held in Istanbul. I can't see them moving it a second time. I'm sure Turkey actually would really like something to look forward to and something to celebrate, rather than taking it away from them, unless people are wanting it to be removed so the money and stuff can be put into the aid and things there. I'm not sure. I'm not full up on the Turkish politics, I'm afraid. I've not heard any rumours or murmurs about it being moved. There's Nottingham Forest just opening up. City getting space, but Forest are coming forward in the penalty area. Shot comes in. Oh my god. High and wide. That is a really bad effort. Morgan Gibbs-White gets his foot right under that, and that is launched. Squared across, and it's launched. Nowhere near. It's going to take something special to score from there, and that might just be what Nottingham Forest need to get back in the game. score something special, a wonder goal, because City haven't killed this game off. 54 minutes in, still 1-0. Yeah, I'll be surprised if it gets moved from Turkey. Last time it was moved, though, it was held in Porto, Portugal. With City reaching that final, losing to Chelsea in the final by 1-0. City hoping to go one better this time. That's a great ball forward, and it's good goalkeeping and good defending from Nottingham Forest to shield out Erling Haaland, and Keylor Navas can clean that one up. Rodri then receives the ball off Ederson, back to his distribution. And City can again focus on coming forward. Nottingham Forest set to roll the dice first and make a couple of changes. I wonder if it's going to be attacking subs. You'd think so, wouldn't you? There's De Bruyne, and Keylor Navas makes the save. It's on target, though. As Bertrand said, it's on target. It's an easy save for Keylor Navas. Doesn't look like it's KDB's day at the Mo. I'd be tempted to bring him off and bring either Mahrez or Julian Alvarez on. And if it's Mahrez that comes on, move Foden into the centre, and if it's Alvarez that comes on, play him as the second striker. Give De Bruyne a bit of a rest. I imagine he'll be starting against Leipzig. Just doesn't seem to be going his way at the Mo in this game. It happens. Anyway, we're now 44 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details there in the description, also in the live chat. Go and check them out and go and download the app. That would be much appreciated. Here's Foden. In a bit of space, got Walker for support. Walker doesn't put the ball in, and Foden doesn't use the overlap. Here's De Bruyne. Here's Walker. This time it's a wicked ball in, and City collect it at the back post, and a touch there from Grealish sends it out for a goal kick. All the attacks coming down this right-hand side for City in this second half. Grealish had very few touches in the second half so far, 12 minutes in, as Nottingham Forest now can make them a couple of changes. They roll of the dice. 5 subs, remember, so 2 of 5 being made. Danilo, the first of them coming off, and Andre Ayew is the player that's going to come on. And I think it's Colback that's coming off as well for Nottingham Forest, so a couple of changes in the middle. Colback and Danilo coming off, and Andre Ayew and Neco Williams are the players that are coming on. So a bit of fresh energy through the middle for Nottingham Forest. I'm wondering if Brennan Johnson's going to drop a little bit deeper and Andre Ayew might lead the line, or whether it might be the other way round. I'm not sure. We'll see. 58 minutes in, though. Forest 0, Manchester City 1. Andre Ayew then drops a shoulder, drops deep. Forest getting players forward. There's 5 forward here. It's clearly coming in with a little bit more attacking intent. Trailing the game. There's been space for City. City haven't capitalised on that space and punished, as Sunderland have just taken the lead at the Stadium of Light against Bristol City. Jack Clark with the goal for Sunderland, as they're bidding to become a Premier League club once more. And City get themselves a throw-in. Forest players unhappy about that. Thought it should have been theirs. Throw-in given to City, though. 59 minutes in. Plenty to think about here for City. Plenty to think about. It's not been the cleanest. It's not been the best of performances. It's just been a performance that, at the moment, has got the job done. We're not going to come out here and play a perfect performance and put away 4, 5 opportunities every game. It's not going to happen. Impossible. It's just about winning at the right time and getting a winning streak going. Today would mark a 3rd victory in a row for Man City if they can keep hold of the 3 points that they're currently on course for, but it's only a slender advantage at 1-0, and you play that danger. City can get that second goal, I think everyone would feel a lot better. At the moment, it's just starting to be a little bit more of a battle, a little bit more for Man City to think about, you feel. Swindon have just taken the lead at Salford, and Elliot Watt on goal, giving Swindon the lead, and Man City get themselves a free kick. Frula rugby tackling Kevin De Bruyne to the ground, and Man City have themselves a free kick here. Here's Rodri. Gives it to De Bruyne. He's got space. Have a shot. He does, and it's dragged wide. Bertrand, how am I feeling about the title challenge? Cautiously optimistic. There's still a long way left in the season. And whilst Arsenal still have that game in hand and Man City don't have the points on board, I'd feel a lot better if Man City were ahead of Arsenal in the league and that game in hand was done and dusted and it's a level playing field. Then I'd be a little bit more confident. At the moment, there's a long way to go. And I wouldn't rule out Man United at the moment. It's just one of the 3 teams at the top. It'll be one of Man City, Arsenal and Man United. The team that shows the most consistency, the team that goes on that 8, 9, 10 game winning streak will go on to win the Premier League. And I firmly believe one of the teams will go on to do that. City have won 2 in a row. Need to build on that. They look motivated. They look up for the fight, which is good. We'll be in a better situation. We'll have a better way to assess once the international break in March hits, I feel. And Bertrand, I do agree. When one of your rivals drops points, you feel more confident. And it takes the pressure away from you. And the same will be said if City drop points. Arsenal will be on top of the world tonight if City drop points here. City just needs to keep it going. We've been in this situation before. I have every belief City can go on to win the games that's needed to win the Premier League. It's just one of them situations that you don't have to look forward to it, but you know that City can do it. You'd rather win the league by 15, 20 points at an absolute canter. However, most of the time it isn't like that, and it's going to be tight at the top, and it's going to be difficult to win. But Man City know what it takes to do that as well. And City can do that. And I believe City will do that. But in terms of me being confident that that will happen, I have to see City on top of the league with an equal amount of games being played by the 2 teams, and I can look at it and say, actually, I feel City are going to win the Premier League. We're in the situation that's going to happen, but we're not there yet. Corner in from De Bruyne, flicked on from City, and wide again. City, the opportunities are there. City just haven't been clinical. I really don't want for City to get punished for not putting these opportunities away. I don't want to make a video and speak about this later on my live stream where I say Man City have dropped points today because we weren't clinical and we didn't kill the game off when we should have. Oh, it's a terrible touch. And Haaland's in. He goes down. Nothing given. Haaland wanted a penalty. He can't believe it. He feels like he's been pulled to the ground. I'll have to see a replay of that. Referee says no penalty. So we'll see as Everton's just taken the lead. That could be a big 3 points for Everton if they can hold on. 64 minutes in. 1-0 up against Leeds as Middlesbrough's just taken the lead at home against QPR. Chuba Akprom. It's Seamus Coleman with the goal for Leeds. For Everton, sorry, against Leeds. And I think the referee's going over to the monitor. Or is he? I think he grabs him outside the penalty area. I don't think that's a penalty. I think Pep Guardiola's getting a word, and Pep Guardiola's getting a yellow card. He's not going to the monitor to have a look at it. Pep Guardiola's getting a yellow card. The initial contact came outside the penalty area. I think if it's not going to get over, that's not going to get overturned. Had that been in the penalty area, that might have been very interesting. He does grab his shoulder. The initial contact comes outside the penalty area for me. And because of that, it's a silly thing to do. And still we await that second goal then. Ederson's going to launch this. And Haaland gets a flick on, but Nottingham Forest will come away with the ball, although Rodri intercepts. And De Bruyne finds a bit of space, and that's well dealt with by Nottingham Forest in the end. And they can come forward, actually. And that free kick to Forest, no. Referee says no, so City can come away with the ball here. And there's a bit more. This game's opening up. Here's Foden. Drifts in. Shoot. Does. Spill. Haaland. Crossbar. Haaland. Haaland! Oh, he's blazed it over the bar! He missed a sitter against Villa. He's missed a sitter again here. Ah, you'd put your mortgage on Haaland burying that. Big Erling. Big Erling, how's he missed? Just poor spill out from Keylor Navas. He does the right idea there, Haaland, going into the ground. It means that Keylor Navas can't save the rebound. Just hits the underside of the crossbar. Falls really nicely to Haaland. And he makes the contact that's needed. And Haaland's back in again! Haaland! Squares it across and out for the goal kick. He again haven't got that killer second goal. I don't want to sit here and say, you know what's coming. Just need that second goal. Just need that second goal. Keep going. Keep going. It's poor goalkeeping again from Keylor Navas to spill that. Here's Forest coming forward, and that's well defended from City. Do you know, City have looked pretty good at the back. Haaland will be alright. A mixed drink in hand. Jerk mate on the computer. And he's good to go. All your problems have gone. I tell you right now, if Jerkmate email me for a sponsorship, I'm going to lose it. Absolutely lose it. De Bruyne squares the ball to the back post, and that's well defended from Forest, and out for a corner to City. Keep pushing, keep going. Right, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And don't forget as well to check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details are in the description and also in the live chat. So, a corner here for City. Nottingham Forest starting to look a little bit tired here as well. City does need that second goal. Gets whipped in, cleared. Here's Jack Grealish. Has to go all the way back to the keeper. Crystal Palace have taken the lead away against Brentford. KDB now with the ball. It's Eze with the goal. Nottingham Forest have won the ball high up here. Worked into the centre and that'll be cut off by Man City. And when they step forward, Forest is where the danger's coming about. Here is De Bruyne now. He's got Foden in support. He doesn't use him. He goes on his own and then goes down. He wants a free kick. Doesn't get a free kick. Now, what's the difference between Kevin De Bruyne being taken out and Ederson's penalty given against him for Arsenal the other day? What's the difference? None. I didn't think it was a free kick. It shouldn't have been a penalty as Foden plays one into space. Cleared. Only as far as Rodri. They're looking very tired, Nottingham Forest now. You feel like it's just a matter of time. It's coming. But while it's 1-0, they're in the game and Forest know that. Here is Bernardo. Walker. Is he going to square one across? He tries. It's blocked. He finds the header though and can find De Bruyne. Here's Walker once more. Plays a pass into Foden. There's nothing on for Philip. Gives it to Jack now. I'd like to see a couple of City subs, I think, and City get themselves a free kick. I would like to see a couple of City subs now. The game hasn't been seen out. No, we don't start looking towards this Leipzig game. I start looking towards putting this game to bed. I'd like to be seeing Alvarez coming on, Mahrez coming on. As John Joe Shelby comes off, so third sub for Nottingham Forest being made. 20 odd minutes or so to go. 18 minutes plus whatever's to be added on. As John Joe Shelby just trots off. His team's 1-0 behind. You should be sprinting off, not trotting. And it's Mangala, not the one that played for Man City, that comes on. So can City get this up and down, this free kick? It's a good area. Good 25 yards out. Slightly centred to goal on the left-hand side. There's a man lying down in front of the wall. City have got 3 players in front of the Forest wall. There's enough room here to get this up and down. Can Kevin get it on target? Test Keylor Navas once more. He's spilt a couple and onto the top of the crossbar. And I think Keylor Navas has got fingertips onto that. Good save from Keylor Navas. Big goal in the National League. Yeovil's just found an equaliser against Notts County. It was Gundogan with the effort and it weren't onto the crossbar. It was a cracking save from Keylor Navas. I think he touches it onto the bar actually. I think it does take a touch onto the crossbar. Yeah, it does. I wasn't sure if it was Keylor Navas' hand touching the crossbar as he touched it over, or he touches the ball and tips it onto the bar. Maybe a bit of both. Corner comes in, headed across and out of play for a throw into City. That was a good ball in, headed back across from Rodri. And still we wait. Not read by Ruben Dias that, but headed back across from Rodri. Well read by the Nottingham Forest defence on it to clear it. Kyle Walker then to take the throw in. 20 attempts from City in this game so far. 6 on target, just 1 goal. They've had efforts on goal in this second half, which is good. They've not put them away. There's been big opportunities that City haven't put away. Foden slipping, Haaland missing the sitter. De Bruyne has had a couple of efforts off balance that's gone wide. The opportunities have been there for City. They've just not capitalised. That's a great tackle from Ruben Dias, and City work hard to intercept. The job isn't fully done, and Ayew comes away with the ball. Nottingham Forest, the passing from Forest has been inept in this game. Man City don't go on to win this game. I'm going to be angry. As that gets threaded through, and Keylor Navas is quick off his line to mop that up from under the feet of Foden. Nottingham Forest passing hasn't been good. They've not tested Ederson. City have been all over this game. This is as comfortable as a 1-0 game that you will see, yet we're sitting here not comfortable because we've not killed this game off. Oh, come on, City. And it's taken under the feet of Foden. And here come Forest, getting men forward. Pumped into space, and Bernardo Silva's not going to get there. Forest get there, and they've got possession now, right on the edge of City's penalty area. And Bernardo Silva just gets his foot onto it and can lever it clear. Forest fans are encouraged. The Forest players look tired. They're relying on adrenaline. They've been chasing shadows all game. Ball pumped forward then from Keylor Navas, headed clear by Aymeric Laporte. Second ball mopped up by Nottingham Forest, and City have had to drop now. And tell you what, Gibbs-White under pressure. Cross comes in, not headed clear. There's a man over, and it's not used by Nottingham Forest. Cross comes in, it's blocked. They want a handball, never a handball. It is back. Forest continue with their pressure. Work back to the keeper though. I'll tell you what, if City want to beat Leipzig on Wednesday, they're going to have to be much more clinical than this. Much more clinical. They're starting to win these second balls now, Nottingham Forest. This is where my concern is. I think Jack Grealish is going to keep that in, and the Forest fans are going to boo now. Right, well, we're having this stoppage. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, 42 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by BetMate. Links and details are in the description and also in the live chat. City fans chanting Blue Moon, trying to encourage the team. It's Sergio Aurier that's down, and Nottingham Forest are going to bring on a couple more substitutions here. Chris Wood, one of them. Stripped and ready to come on. Oh, I've lost my stream. This isn't the time for me to be losing my stream. I know Chris Wood's one of the players coming on. Celtic have gone 3-0 up against Aberdeen. Come on, this isn't the time for me to be losing my stream. And we're back in biz. Sergio Aurier is going to be the next player coming off. Chris Wood comes on. And it's Tofolo that comes on as well for Nottingham Forest. Right, so work here for City to do then. 11 minutes to go, 1-0 City lead. It's a slender 1-0 advantage. A bit more of an aerial presence about Forest now. They can start putting balls into the box. That's Chris Wood's job. So a bit of a physicality test here for Man City. And a final role. The Forest game plan's worked. Better for them. Stay in the game. Keep it tight. Hope City aren't clinical. They're still in the game. There's 10 minutes remaining or so. So I think they'll be pretty happy with where this is at the moment in this point of the game. It's all about, can Man City see it out? Can City find that killer second goal? And can we hang on to an important 3 points? As I was saying at the beginning of the game, it doesn't really matter how Man City get their points and get their wins as long as they get them. What matters is what this full-time score says when the referee blows his whistle for full-time. As Craig, I'm sure if he's still tuning in, will be very happy. Dylan Levitt has just equalised for Dundee United at home against St Johnstone. Starting just to link up with their passes now, Nottingham Forest as well, and starting to have a little bit more possession as Burnley's just found a late penalty goal through Ashley Barnes away at Luton. Burnley looking like they may well be on their way back to the Premier League under former Manchester City captain Vincent Kompany as their manager. As Nottingham Forest burst forward here, cross, it's deep, comes in from Forest. It's not very good. Kyle Walker is there and he doesn't manage to keep it in. He's done really well there, Andre Ayew, to keep that ball in. Eventually City can get it clear. Erling Haaland does well, but he's surrounded out and Man City dispossessed, and Nottingham Forest have the ball as Tom Lockyer has been sent off for Luton in a second bookable offence. I presume not happy about that penalty decision or a celebration or something, as that goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City. As another minute ticks away at the clock. Attendance are just under 30,000 at the City ground, 29,365 the capacity. The attendance for today. Man City, poor clearance. And Forest can come forward again. They're starting to play some football. Man City surround them out and can come away with the ball here. As City will get themselves a free kick. I want Man City to find a couple of goals mixed. Would be good. We'll see. As I said, all I want's 3 points. I'm wondering if City will be making some subs at some point. At some point, do Man City say, actually, we're 1-0 up, we've got the lead with a few minutes to go. Do we bring on an extra defender or an extra midfielder just to try and bring a little bit more energy to the team? And you take an attacker off, a Foden or a Jack Grealish or an Erling Haaland off, and put on a Kalvin Phillips or a Nathan Ake or something, as Erling Haaland bursts forward, uses his long legs, centralising himself, gives it to Jack Grealish inside the penalty area. De Bruyne over the crossbar. It's just not been De Bruyne's day today. Not been De Bruyne's day. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new around here. I'm going to check out today's video sponsor, BetMate, links and details there in the description. I agree, Kevin De Bruyne, he'd be coming off. I'd be bringing Kalvin Phillips or someone on. There's a second ball on the pitch. And Keylor Navas has been brought to his attention to get rid of the ball. Because if Nottingham Forest end up going up the other end and scoring and that ball's on the pitch, it won't count. Here is Philippe. Plays the ball forward, and Mangala now can bring the ball forward for Nottingham Forest, and there's work for Man City to do here. Defensive work for Man City to do here, and this is the punishment for not killing this game off. Burst forward in the penalty area. Brushes by two. 1-1. Chris Wood equalises. And Nottingham Forest have done nothing all game, had very little possession, and they've found an equaliser. Just stood at the back post. And Chris Wood finds the equaliser. Arsenal found a late winner before, puts the pressure onto City. City missed 2 or 3 massive chances, punished for it. I am seething, ladies and gentlemen. I am seething. And he might be offside. We might get away with this. We might get away with this. He looks offside. Is he offside? Am I missing something? They're not mentioning anything about offside. He looks offside. Are they looking at it? Are they looking at it? Yeah, VAR are checking it now. It's a very tight call. It's very tight, this, from Chris Wood. I think the goal's given. It's the opposite end. It's Ruben Dias that's kept him onside. The goal stands. I said it looked close. And Man City now must find and make something happen. Because otherwise, it's a disaster in the Premier League. I spoke before this game. I spoke about it several times. What the fuck's the point in beating Arsenal if you are not going to beat Nottingham Forest? What is the point? As Jack Grealish has a shot. City must find a goal. They must find a goal in the next 5 minutes. There's a huge goal in the implications on the Premier League. And this is what happens when you don't kill a game off. Foden slips. Haaland sitter. It should be 3-0. I should be sat here with Forest scoring that goal saying, my score prediction was 3-1. I'm spot on the money. Now City are preparing the substitutions. There's 3 minutes left of the game. Supporting Manchester City is hard work at times. You presume that it's easy. You presume that it's just plain sailing and brilliant. But they make life difficult for themselves, don't they? Just a disaster. An absolute disaster from City. Nottingham Forest come forward, but it doesn't mean... A draw here, it doesn't mean anything. City must win this game. A draw City could go on to lose this game 4-1. It has the same impact on City in the league as what a 1-1 draw does. De Bruyne comes off and Alvarez comes on. There's 2.5 minutes left. City must find something late on here. They must. So Nottingham Forest send it to the back post. Cleared by City. And we're at a point a game where Ederson's not had a save to make, and once more, we've conceded a game because this is how Man City plays. It's just how Man City are. City had themselves a cheap throw in there. Keylor Navas should have realised how much. I mean, Nathan Ake's coming. Why is Nathan Ake coming on? Phil Foden. Why is Phil Foden coming off and Nathan Ake's coming on? And Bertrand, you're absolutely spot on. All of a sudden now, we're under pressure. 5 points behind Arsenal again. If they win the game in hand. And it's just a momentum turner. Arsenal have been in bad form. They find something from nowhere. All of a sudden, Man City drop points. They crack under pressure. And bam, you're back to square one. You're just back to square one. It is very bizarre from City. Very bizarre. It's just, every time, 2-3 wins, drop points. 2-3 wins, drop points. 2-3 wins, drop points. It just takes all the momentum away. All the momentum. And I tell you right now, Arsenal just found that late goal. City must find a late goal here. They must. As I said, what is the point in beating Arsenal on Wednesday night? To then end up within one game, and their game in hand potentially being 5 points behind. What's the point? Man City has showcased that they can beat the best. And they've also shown that they cannot beat some of the other teams out there who just simply aren't as good. Ake puts a cross in, blocked. Fulham's just found a goal against Brighton. That's not important. City are. Jackie G. And it's a free kick to Nottingham Forest. My God. Oh my God. This team's stressful. Start of the season, I was like 19, 20 years old. And we're now what? We're in February and I feel like I'm 45 years old. And my stream's gone off. What? Come on, we're at a poignant part of the season. I need my stream. Let's wait for it to load. Bristol City have found a late equaliser against Sunderland. Question is, can Man City find themselves a late winner here? Here we go then. Bernardo Silva. Come on, it's a great time to put something into the box. That's a good ball from Diaz and fisted clear from Keylor Navas. He's made a couple of important saves here in the second half. What can City muster up? Time running out. 1 minute remaining. Put a ball in! Jack doesn't put a ball in. Nathan Ake will. It's deep. As far as Haaland headed up and over the bar. City want a corner. That was a goal kick being given or a corner. Yeah, corner City then. Not long left. Can they do something of quality into the box? Gundogan. It's a good clearance that from Forest at the near post. And headed clear. And they can pick that loose ball up. Can they get it clear? They can. There's still 20 seconds remaining here. City head it back to Ederson. This needs launching. 20 seconds remaining. City aren't launching it. 10 seconds. Now it's launched. Cleared. And Forest boot it clear again. They know, they've fed sense. Time is up. Headed back to Ederson. And this City ground's going to erupt here. And the City ground does erupt because they've picked up an important point towards the bottom of the Premier League table. And it's Man City that drop points here at the City ground. And Man City punished for not putting their chances away. They had chance after chance after chance after chance. And Nottingham Forest come away with a point. Now, normally I do sit, and people are probably going to accuse me now of being bitter. Normally, I would be saying, focus all on Man City here. It's our fault. And yeah, it is our fault we've not picked up anything from this game. However, Nottingham Forest did nothing. They did nothing. They come forward. Their passing was at 52% in the first half. They created nothing. There was no shots at Ederson. There was nothing that threatened Manchester City. And yet, you have to win Premier League, you have to be able to, sometimes, if your attackers aren't on it, but you've still grabbed that important goal, that you're shoring up at the back and you're keeping a clean sheet. If you're going to only score one goal and not offensively be on it, you need to defensively be on it to see things out. And it's causing me so much concern this season. Man City's inability to keep the ball out of their own back of the net causes me concern. It's to a point where I'm just not comfortable or confident that Man City in any game are going to keep a clean sheet. We can speak all day about how good Man City's attack is and how good it is with the build-up play and having Erling Haaland as one of the best strikers in the world in our team. But the fundamental part of the team is you have to be able to keep clean sheets. You have to be able to keep the ball from going into our own net. Because when you have an off day like today, we're not on it. And Villa did nothing. Came away with a goal. Arsenal, one shot on target all game. Did very little. It's a great win, but they did very little. They came, and it's the writing actually. Have us as City fans been getting carried away? Have we ignored the problem? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we've ignored the problem, but the problem is there. You can't keep conceding goals and expect to have success in the season. And we've gone from being on top of the world this morning to all of a sudden, Arsenal now have an opportunity, if they can win the next game, and I wouldn't rule out next weekend, more points being dropped either from Arsenal against Leicester away from home or Man City away against Bournemouth. I wouldn't rule out more points being dropped. Who knows? It's the Premier League. Anything can happen, but the focus doesn't need to be on Arsenal. I couldn't care less, to be honest, about what Arsenal are doing. What disappoints me is Man City not taking advantage of the momentum. Disappoints me. It's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating. We've just got to pick ourselves up now. We've got a massive... This is awful. And it's awful because the preparation for this match that we've got against Leipzig, we've got to pick ourselves up. 4 days' time, we play against Leipzig, away from home. If Man City have a not very good result in Leipzig, we're in a fair bit of bother this season. We're still also on the other end of it. As I've said before, we've still got 15 Premier League games. Man City, or 14 actually after today. If Man City win them games, Man City win the Premier League. But, yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Just got to pick ourselves up and go again. It's a long season. It's a very long season. And the situation we could find ourselves in is by 5:30pm next Saturday when we play against Bournemouth, we might be 5 points behind. As I said before, the way the Premier League's going and the way Arsenal haven't been playing particularly well over the last 4 or 5 games, I wouldn't rule out Leicester doing something. And all of a sudden, the momentum turns over again. But, we need to have a good look now. The main focus is the Champions League because that's our next game against Leipzig. It's a big game. Best way to prepare ourselves for our next Premier League game has to be by beating RB Leipzig and putting ourselves in a strong position in the last 16 of the Champions League. And that's where the focus needs to be now. And it's going to be a very difficult game, as mentioned there. Some very good players in Nkunku, Timo Werner, Andre Silva, some very good attacking players. And I'm sure Man City will be well up for the challenge and well up for the game. This is what's frustrating because Man City can beat anybody on their day. Man City can be brilliant. Man City can beat anybody in the world. And then there's other days where we just let ourselves down, like today against Nottingham Forest. And this is again up there with the home loss against Brentford and the home draw against Everton. Now this home away draw against Nottingham Forest. These are important points in the season that we're slipping up, and we just cannot afford to do that. I'm going to do my review video. That'll be up, of course, hopefully before 6 o'clock. I'll have a day off tomorrow, and we'll have the build-up. And we'll have the build-up to the big Leipzig game, so we'll see you for that one. See some Arsenal fans tuning in now. That's right, we're going to be playing some Champions League football on Wednesday, so you can enjoy tuning in and watching some of the best teams in the world playing in the Champions League, which I'll keep an eye on what Arsenal are doing in the Champions League this season. We'll see how far they end up going as well. So yeah, there we go. I'll dive a little bit more into this in my review video, so I'll see you all for that one. So thank you everybody for tuning in, much appreciated, and yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy the live watch along. Also, don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts in the live chat while we're live for the next minute or so. Go and check out today's video sponsor too, BetMate. Why not? Links and details there in the description. Also in the live chat. Let's just have a look actually who's won today's pot. I don't think I've done particularly well today, which is disheartening, but there we go. It happens. You know, I feel like today's been probably best summarised by my start of the stream, the first 8 minutes. Yeah, there we go. We will see. Our 33rd. That's not bad. It looks like I've got players with more points on the bench that have probably put me up right towards where I needed to be, but there we go. There we go. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. I'll see you for the next one. RB Leipzig on Wednesday. And hope everyone is safe and well. Yeah, leave a thumbs up. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links, they're in the description below. And also in the description too, if you want to go and follow me on there. And I will see you all again real soon. Disappointing. And I've been desperate not to look at the stats, I'll be honest. We'll do a quick look at the stats. It's going to hurt me, this. And I'm going to get angry, so if I start getting angry, I'm just going to press the end stream. 73% possession. To be fair, Forest did come forward and they made things happen. That's what amazing. It's amazing what happens when you actually have a go rather than sitting there taking it and absorbing. But this game's gone wrong. 73% possession for City. It's to be expected. This game's gone wrong with the 23 shots for City, 6 on target. Not clinical. 2 free good opportunities to kill the game. And they've not done that. And the stat that's concerning me the most right now is how do Man City rectify this? Once again, we're faced just 1 shot on target. I think this is the 3rd game in a row that we're faced just 1 shot on target. And all 3 teams have come away with a goal, which means we've always needed to score at least 2 to win a game. And we shouldn't need to keep scoring 2, 3, 4 goals in a game, because sometimes you're going to have days like today. Sometimes you need to be able to shut up shop, keep clean sheets, and walk away with a 1-0 victory and say, we weren't at our best, but we've done what was needed to be done. And that's where it's gone wrong. And that is what Premier League champions do. And we haven't done that today. Normally we can, but we haven't done that today. Not really seen it that much. Probably since the first few games of the season, really, from City. So, and we've got some difficult games coming up too. Okay, right, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna do my review video for you guys to enjoy. So have a great weekend. I'll have my review video out in the next hour for you guys to look forward to with my thoughts. And yeah, as I said, see you all for the build up for the Leipzig game. And yeah, Champions League football to look forward to. It's fresh competition. We don't have to think about the Premier League. And who knows? Might pick up a really good win midweek, and all of a sudden, looking at ourselves as if we end up getting a really good victory, like we did last season, 5-0 we won in Portugal against Sporting. all of a sudden City can pick up a really good victory. You're thinking to yourself, actually, we're in the last day, Champions League football. You know, 5 good results away from lifting the big trophy. His Wrexham have just found a massive goal right at the end, and Notts County are winning as well. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again real soon. So I've been JSGC. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace.